Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the new competitive 1v1 game mode that's been added to Arsenal with the summer update, and also going over some tips for how you can win more matches and get your elo up higher. But really quick though, before I get into that, I'm just going to ask if you would consider subscribing and leaving a like on the video. And also, this is my first time doing a video of this sort, so if you enjoy it, I would appreciate if you left a comment and let me know so I can do these more in the future. But anyways, I'll get on to it. I think this new game was really sick actually, and I think they did a good job of carrying over what I like about Arsenal in the first place, and that's that it's like accessible and easy to get into, but then still some sort of competitive aspect if you want it there. So I think they did a good job with that because it's only like less than a minute of matchmaking, and then the games themselves are only 4 minutes long, or even less because sometimes people will just leave halfway through. So I think that's nice and it's easy to get into. You can just go spend a couple minutes doing it, get your elo up a little bit, and then that's it. It would be cool though, and I'm sure this will be coming eventually, just who knows when or what it will be, but if there's some kind of rewards for winning or ranking up or whatever it is. I don't know what the rewards would be, like whether it's skins or just battle bucks or whatever, but that would be really cool and it'd give a lot more incentive to play it. But it is just the start of this game mode anyways. So another thing that's kind of my own problem is that I live in the middle of nowhere, so my ping already varies from like 50 to 350 just on normal servers. So if I do get unlucky and placed in a 1v1 like against someone at my own elo and my own skill level, and I get unlucky with a bad server, I'll just get freaking smacked around, and yeah, it wouldn't be a very fun time. Another thing is, I think it would be cool if you could 1v1 your friends through this game mode rather than dealing with all the VIP server stuff. That definitely has problems though, because people would just abuse it to boost their elos. Right now, a boosted elo wouldn't really mean anything because there's no teams, which apparently 6v6 mode is coming soon. It would be a problem for that because you would be like holding back your team or kind of like throwing a game by having a fake elo in there. Or if there was a reward system added, it would suck if people could boost their elos. But for right now, it's not a big deal because if you like boosted your elo and then you went and 1v1 somebody who like grinded and worked for their elo, you just get like smacked around and thrown back down to where it's supposed to be anyways. So yeah, it would all even out. I do wonder how the 6v6 game mode that's coming soon will work. I mean, I don't really have any ideas on how that would go, but it does sound really fun and I'm interested to check that out when it gets here. But anyways, I'll get on to the tips I have now for how you can win more of these matches and boost your elo up. The number one thing I would say is to just get headshots. I mean, I know it's easier said than done, but it really is a big deal in this game mode, and it's definitely worth it to take that a little bit extra time to make sure you hit that headshot. The reason it's worth it is because you get 10 points for getting a headshot kill in here versus only 4 if you get a body shot kill. So technically you could win with half as many kills if you just take that time to get those headshots. Some tips I would give to actually hit those headshots would be to use an FPS unlocker if you can. It'll smoothen everything out a lot and just make it, you know, easier to track people in general. And then another thing would be to use basic skins, so it's just one big bald head for you to look at, you know, like that one guy. It might not seem like it, but just using normal skins adds a lot of distractions and just makes it a lot harder to hit headshots. So yeah, it would definitely help to use basic skins too. If you'd like any more tips on just getting headshots, I would recommend Bandite's video on how to improve headshot accuracy. He talks about these things I've already mentioned, I think, and he also goes into some other things that I'll mention later in this video as well. So yeah, if you're interested, that'll be linked in the description for you to check out afterwards. The second tip I would have kind of goes along with the first one, and it's to prevent yourself from getting headshotted. So really you just gotta have a good movement in this game mode, or just in the game in general too. Any kind of crazy or sporadic movement will help a lot, or any kind of elevation change usually, like if you could run up and down a ramp or something like that, that'll help you prevent getting headshot. The only downside of this though is it's kind of a double-edged sword, so the crazier you move, the harder it is to shoot somebody. You just gotta find a good balance in between to where you're moving crazy and also able to hit your shots still. Alright, and then the third tip is something you need to know to get fast games in just normal Arsenal too, but also applies in these 1v1s, and that's to learn the maps and their spawns. This might not seem like a big deal in 1v1s, but it really is, because usually you can win a fight just by spotting the other person first, and usually you'll lose if you get spotted first. So if you have a good idea of where they'll be coming from and what places you need to watch for, that gives you a big advantage already, and you can use that by kind of keeping your crosshair at headshot level and being ready for them to come around that corner from where they spawn. Just get that headshot on them as soon as they come out. Okay, and then the fourth tip that I have is to control the game. So what I mean by this is, because it's a time-based game rather than a score-based game, there really is no rush to get a bunch of kills. So if you like get lucky in the start and maybe you get like 3 quick headshot kills on them, maybe they kill you like once with a body shot, you already have a decent lead at that point, so there's really no need to rush anything. And what you can do is kind of sit back like on the outskirts of the map, somewhere where they have to come to you. So find like a good place where you have a little bit of cover, maybe they have to go through like a choke point to get to you, and you can really just control the whole flow of the game that way, and that'd be a nice way to get those wins. It might get annoying for the other person, but hey, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. And it also might sound like I'm saying to like camp, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying to stick to kind of the outskirts and don't give yourself away, and make sure you do spot them before they spot you. Camping wouldn't really work anyways, because if they spot you, they can just pre-fire you and wipe you out that way, then you'll be having a bad time. But yeah, so those are the main things I can think of, and if you apply those, it should make getting those comp 1v1 wins much easier. But yeah, so have fun, go get those wins, and thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.